watching Unblack, please like, share, subscribe to our channel. To the Unblack channel. We are going live on Unblack. Thank you to all of the subscribers. Blanche, we were able to go live on Unblack because they subscribed.
Thank y'all so much for subscribing to the channel. We have big plans for the channel, and hopefully we can unblack the world.
I know, you guys. And Unblack does not mean we are white, okay?
Yeah, unblack don't mean make white.
Why do we already explained it to you guys. You guys got to go and watch the channel that the show that we did a couple of weeks ago. Being unblack does not mean white. It just means that we beyond color, melanated Americans, and that's how we do. Right?
That's right.
Okay, this is going to be hard. Okay. Y'all promise y'all going to still be our friends after this. After this, you got to promise to still be our friends because this is going to be a tough one, Blanche. It's going to be a tough one.
It's going to be a tough one. Hold on 1 second. Mm-hmm. Is it Unblack Official?
Unblack Official. I could put it in the comments. Hold on.
Because I want to get it right. I'm going to tag it on Instagram.
Okay. Let me I could get this. I can get it.
I just want the exact title.
No worries. It's Unblack and it's _official, I'm pretty sure. Hold on. Switch accounts. Give me 1 sec.
I can look it up. Don't worry about it. Hold on. I got it.
All right.
We need to get a theme song too.
Oh, it's coming. Y'all know Blanche is an artist, like a actual artist. Blanche, link your song. No, don't laugh. It's really true, y'all.
There's no underscore in it.
Why you gotta leave? If you go, then you gone. If you go, then you gone. If you don't know, now you know. Y'all, Blanche is a whole artist. No lie.
Don't make me blush, please.
I'm serious. Y'all go and follow. Download your album.
So with your husband though.
Yeah, they know that though. I play his songs. Yeah, I play his songs on my people have seen him, but he's pretty dope. He's really, really dope.
Yeah, very, very talented.
Matthew K. Jenkins. That's my boo.
Matt K.
Yep.
MKJ.
Yep. Okay, so this is going to be hard because we are talking about the hard truths of the exploitation that goes on in the sex work industry. You guys, it's actually going to probably surprise you when we talk about the exploitation. It's not going to be what y'all think it is. It's not going to be what you think it is.
What's today's title?
I said Craig Long arrested in exploitation.
The real exploitation.
The real exploitation. Yeah, y'all not going. It's not going to be what you think it is. But if you haven't already, you guys, please like, share, subscribe to our channel, Unblack Official. We are live. And download Blanche's stuff. But you guys, I just put it. Hold on. I just put it in the link. Okay. If you guys are not following us on Unblack Official, please go and follow Blanche and Chris. Follow Blanche on He Is Blanchard on all social media pages. Follow Crystal Red Pill Brown Girl. CJ Shines Bright. I've got to decide which one that I'm gonna go by, Blanche.
Yeah.
I like them both. Just like a girl. Indecisive.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Cool Giatti said, how can I call her? You want to call her? Oh, she said follow. Yeah, you can follow her at Red Pill Brown Girl, or her main Instagram page is CJ Shines Bright.
Yep, on Instagram I'm CJ Shines Bright. On YouTube I'm Red Pill Brown Girl. So thank you. What's her name?
Cool Giatti.
Cool Giatti, I'll follow you back, babe. I will follow you back. Okay. So this weekend, My attention was brought to an arrest that happened of a MAGA influencer, and I do want to go over the clip. Can I go over the clip that I was tagged in, Blanche?
Yeah, do that one. Do that.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
do that one. Do that one. Do that one.
okay. All right. So I was tagged in.
It's that kind of show. Let's do that one.
Let's just do it, right?
Yeah.
So I was tagged in a clip. Let me give you some context, okay? A MAGA influencer that I have a lot of respect for. Like most people, if you love President Trump, I have respect for you because I know you kind of get it, right? I'm not saying you agree with everything. Blanche, you don't even agree with everything that President Trump does, but you have respect for him, right?
Yeah, I like Trump though.
Okay, I like him too. So if you like President Trump, I'm rocking with you. So there was a situation that happened with a MAGA influencer, Craig Long, and another influencer. Would you say Ace is a MAGA influencer? Would you say he's MAGA?
Nah, well, yeah, okay. I guess he can be considered MAGA because he's pro-American, America first. So I guess he could be considered MAGA.
Yeah. So I liked I like Ace Smart. Shout out to him. I liked him. But him and Craig Long kind of got into a little scuffle. Would you say it's a scuffle?
Yeah, a little verbal scuffle.
A little verbal scuffle.
Yeah.
And you guys, let me tell you, I am all with the drama and all the foolishness, but I do think that there's a certain amount of decorum that I think should be going down when you're on the same side. Would you say that, Blanche?
Yeah, I think on the same side, we don't punch with gloves off,
Exactly. And it's so funny because you had a debate with what's his name?
Austin off script. Yeah.
And you did so good, Blanche.
I think it was a good debate though.
It was a good debate, but y'all remained respectful, like not gloves off, right?
Well, let me say this, right? So I can disagree with somebody and still be cool with them. Like so when it came to Austin off script, like after we got done with our debate, we had a lot of things in common. We were talking about things. So it's not like this stuff it's not personal for me. We can debate and then afterwards go out and have a good time. Like it's not that serious. It's just we disagree on certain things. Exactly. But I think that Austin off script I think he actually believes what he says. Obviously he's not unblack. He's very black. So
I hate that for him.
I think he actually believes what he says and he's true. But he said something I agree with, and he said, if black folks get reparations, he'll be done. And
he know it's a lie. I had my girlfriend, one of my closest girlfriends told me that she said, and we get reparations and it's not going to be done. She said, because the Jews ain't done. She said they get reparations and we still got to talk about the Holocaust. She said it. Lies, lie to you not. Because I said, if you get reparations, will you be done? And she said, nope.
Okay, so he claims that he'll be done. He claims that black folks will be on their own. And he also admitted that black folks will get the money and get right back to the system. That's what he said. They're going to give it right back. That's what he said. They're going to give it right back. So I think, honestly, his thing is he wants white folks to pay. Black folks had this whole revenge thing where they want to see the white person dig in their pockets and just give their last dollar to it. They just want to see it and feel it. So they just want revenge. That's all.
But it's so crazy because if that would happen, honest to God, within maybe 2 years, white people will still surpass black people. No lie.
Listen, I'm glad you said that. I pray for the day that everything goes dark and we got to start from scratch, just for everything to end up the same way.
Yes!
Just for the whole world to go black and start all over again. Everybody start on the same level and black people will still end up in the same position.
It's so true because their mind, like you guys, I say this all the time. It's your mind. Unless you change your mind, there's a reason that people who win the lottery end up broke again. Why? They haven't changed anything about their behaviors and their attitudes. There's a reason that people who get the weight loss surgery, they get fat again. Because you haven't changed anything. You haven't changed your relationship with food. God help me.
I remember there was this show used to come on, and it was about successful lottery winners, right?
Mhm.
And all of those people had one thing in common.
They were rich already.
No, yeah, they already had a job or a life. Like they were already established people. They weren't degenerates. So they got the money and just elevated what they were doing. Everybody that the success stories, they all had a career or job.
Yep.
All of them.
Yeah. So you and Austin off script. Shout out to Austin off script. You guys had a great debate. If you want to watch it, you can go to New Black America and give it some likes and some.
I'm going to post it too on my page.
Yeah, post it. But it was really good, and I think that you guys remain respectful. So when I saw Craig Long have a debate with Ace Smarts, I was blown away, Blanche, because and y'all, I can pull up the clip, but the way Ace just went off on him like immediately, didn't even give him a chance to get his word out. You want to watch it, Blanche?
Play
it. Okay.
We're setting up context.
Y'all, just so you guys can have context as to what I'm talking about. I think shout out to Dave Anderson, you guys. It was on his channel that they had the whole, somebody said kerfuffle. Yes, if that's what you want to call it, a kerfuffle. Here we go. Let me get it up. Go follow Dave Anderson.
And y'all got to stop calling this girl Kamala. I'm getting tired. Listen, I don't like that. Y'all,
why not?
I don't like them comparing you to Kamala. Y'all can pick anybody else. Kamala?
Y'all, compare me to Kamala. Let me tell you one thing that no one can deny. Kamala is extremely successful. She was able to be on the Democratic ticket, like, and wasn't even voted in. That was y'all. Y'all did that, right? Y'all did that. Second of all, I don't care how she laughed. Second of all, she was able to be in office. Let me tell you the difference between Kamala and myself. Moi, am not running for office. Can we say that? I'm not running for office.
You're not even in politics.
I don't want to run for office. So you can compare me to him all you want to. I don't really care. You can call me Kamala. You can call me whatever.
Just don't call me broke.
Shout out to Camilla. Shout out to Camilla. Okay, here we go. All right. So just to give you guys some context, I thought it was really like bad. Because I think that if we're on the same side, you don't come off like this. This is me. You guys can disagree with me. Feel free to disagree with me, but I want y'all to watch this. Craig comes on the show because it was called the Smoke Show. So Dave Anderson said, hey, if you got smoke or you got beef with anybody, come on the show. And so Craig comes, and honestly, Blanche, would you say that Craig came in good faith? It seemed as though that he came in good faith. Like he was just jonesing. Look at it.
I don't want to call you Mayo either.
No, he came for
I'm
the
just being funny because I'm watching the show.
Look at him.
No one on this show knew I was coming on here. I just was scrolling on Instagram and seeing that old Ace Boom Boogie was going to be on the show. So I like that how Dave has it where people can come up to have issues or have smoke or disagreement, whatever the case, however you want to label it.
Man, state that shit then. Fuck.
And Ace, you know what you and I's what you and I's issue is. Whatever that issue is.
I unfollowed your puss ass. Ain't no fucking issue.
Hey,
Blanche.
hey, listen.
Blanche. No. No. Blanche. Y'all see that?
Listen, I'm gonna just keep it 100.
Okay, keep it on.
If somebody unfollows me, I wouldn't even know.
Blanche, it's not the unfollow. It's not the unfollow.
Hold on. But I wouldn't even know though. I'm saying, how would I know somebody unfollow me? I don't check to see who's following me.
Blanche, let's look at this again because Blanche, you're not gonna get out of this. You're not gonna get out of this.
Okay. Think that shit then. Fuck.
And no one on this show knew I was coming on here. I just was scrolling on Instagram and seen that old Ace Boom Boom Boogie was going to be on the show. So I like that how Dave has it where people can come up to have issues or have smoke or disagreement, whatever the case, however you want to label it.
Man, think that shit then. Fuck.
And Ace, you know
what
you and I's what you and I's issue is. Whatever that issue is.
I unfollowed your puss ass. Ain't no fucking issue, nigga.
Because you's a clown. You's a clown.
A bitch. If you unfollow me, I wouldn't ask you a motherfucking thing. I wouldn't give a fuck, nigga.
Yeah, but tell people why you unfollow me.
Nigga.
Tell them why you unfollow me. Because you's a clown and you fake.
Nigga.
You's a fake.
Period.
You fake ass nigga.
Okay, so I'm a contextualize what I'm saying.
Okay.
I would not care if somebody unfollowed me. It wouldn't bother me at all. But if it did bother me, I would want to know. So I think when Craig came on the show, Craig wanted Ace to tell him why he did it. I don't think Craig came to make amends. I think Craig just came, why did you unfollow me? And honestly, I was waiting for Ace to say why he unfollowed him, but he never did in this show. I wanted to know, why did you unfollow him?
I think there's a lot of reasons people unfollow people. I have honestly, no lie, Blanche, I have unfollowed people because I'm at my max of 7,500 people. Like, no lie. There's a million reasons why people unfollow them. But honestly, for me, and I understand for Craig, it was about the unfollow. Because, y'all, Craig, in my opinion, I think he just went on there to just, just to banter a little bit, but like, yo, why you unfollow me?
He wanted to know why you unfollow. He wanted to know why.
Exactly. And so you see Dave Anderson's eyes. That was my eyes exactly. Because I was like, he didn't even get a word out, y'all. And he said, because I unfollowed your sis. I said, wow. I was blown away. Because, like I said, if me and you are on the same side, Blanche, certain things, I'm just not going to approach you. I'm not going to escalate immediately. I'm going to give you a little bit of rope. And I felt like Ace, I'm like, Ace, why you come at him like that? So I said, Craig, this is why you don't get into arguments with Black people. That's what I said. And Ace didn't like that.
He took offense to that. And I'm gonna say this too. Ace's response to Craig is from a person he don't respect Craig.
I know.
And so at the end of the day, if somebody don't respect you, you really can't have a conversation. It really just gonna be a fight. If they don't respect you, it's gonna be a fight. So like once Ace even started doing this, Craig was either gonna have to match his energy or just gracefully bow out. But I do think deep down inside, Craig really wanted to know why Ace unfollowed him, because he felt like Ace was somebody he was cool with and looked out for. So I do understand feeling betrayed, but at the end of the day, this is social media. It is, I mean, it is what it is. But
yeah, and I felt like Craig should have just bowed out. You know what I'm saying? At that point in time, like once I see somebody doesn't respect me, I can't engage the same.
Right.
Like why? What's it worth to continue to engage? Would you say that?
Yeah, I mean, because it's gonna be a fight.
Mm-hmm.
So even trying to imagine if they were in person, what would happen if they were in person? It's going to escalate to a fight because you want to get to the bottom of something, but he don't respect you. So it's just going to be. That's why I said if somebody unfollows me, to me, in my opinion, it's already said and done. Like you're already expressing what it is when you unfollow me in the first place. So what do I care? You know what I'm saying? What they say? What is what's understood don't have to be explained.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but you know, again, Ace was like, and I feel like Ace been wanting to say this too.
Yeah.
I feel like Craig been wanting to ask Ace, and Ace been wanting to say this. So this was the time for both of them to get their rocks off.
I wonder why though. Like why the for me it was like like I would never somebody walks up to me and asks me a question and they don't get disrespectful, but I just straight up just cause I unfollowed Joe. Like I just and that was confusing for me. And this is why I said what I said. And you and I have even talked about inviting Ace on the show. I actually liked his content, but sometimes I just couldn't understand why he was so angry.
Yeah.
Honest to God, like it was just kind of like.
Yeah, I mean, I think that Ace said why he unfollowed him later on, and so he felt like Craig was a sellout to basically sell out to Israel, a sellout to Israel, and I think Craig even brought up somebody about him going against Candace Owens. Either way, Ace unfollowed him. He wanted to know why, and they got into it. The problem is just the aftermath.
Yeah.
And the aftermath is, once this happened in the news with Craig, now everything is valid. Now everything everybody said is valid. Now you lose and you look bad, even though they're two separate things. Because nobody knew anything about Craig on that level. So what y'all say y'all knew, y'all didn't know. Y'all are just saying that now, but nobody knew none of that. You may have liked him, but y'all didn't know. Nobody knew.
I agree. So that brings me to this clip. So shout out to the content creator, Ace Smarts. But he wrote this.
And I was too fucking emotional when I was flashing out on.
Rewind it to the beginning.
Yeah, hold on.
That stupid bitch CJ said I was chimping out and I was too fucking emotional when I was flashing out on that puss ass nigga.
I didn't say he was too emotional.
She didn't say he was chimping out either.
No, I did. I did.
You said he was chimping out?
Yeah, in the comment. I said he chimped out.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah, in the comment. Yeah, in the comment.
I didn't know you said that.
I didn't say that he was too emotional, but I did say he chimped out.
Okay, that's why he got mad. That's why. Okay.
Well, yeah, he got mad because
now it makes sense. Okay, now it makes sense. He said he chimped out.
Yeah. And I don't think that he's too emotional. I understand that that's his brand because I watched his show and I kind of understand him a little bit better. He was like, I scream at people on the internet and that's my brand. I get it. Like I said, the only issue I had is if we are on the same team and I can't even say a word before you go off on me, like Blanche, that's not cool. I mean, I know you guys might like Ace and Ace, I'm sure outside of this, I probably would really like you and like your personality. But if I can't even have a conversation and you just go off like that, I don't think that that's cool. That's just me though.
But you also understand that they ain't on the same side though in Ace's eyes. Like on our view, they're on the same side, but on his view, it's still a split. It's a split between pro-Israel, I guess, pro-Israel MAGA and non-pro-Israel MAGA. So there is a split. And so that split, he's like, we ain't on the same team. And so he said Craig was going in his DMs. See, I don't know. He said Craig was in his DMs bothering him since August. I don't know if it's true or not, I don't know. But based on what he's saying, I could tell he's been wanting to tell this to Craig. Like he's been wanting to say this. And I feel like Craig really wanted to ask Ace this, but I feel like had they had been in person, it probably would have been a lot worse.
Yeah. I like you said, he said that And I'm taking it as face value that if Craig was truly in his DMs and stuff like that, I wish he would have provided context before he just went off. Because as a consumer, I'm watching this and I'm like, dang, like, hold on, whoa. And you got to also remember, this show is called Unblack, y'all. I associate this behavior with Negroes. Like I do. And I have made content that says that you can't have a conversation with Negroes. That is my worldview. So I'm responding when I see this, how I see things, which is
from an unblack perspective.
Yeah.
Yes, it's from an unblack perspective. And so, yeah, I mean, if you ask me, is it black? It's very black. It's jet black. It's midnight black. It's the outer reaches of space black. It's black. Listen, it is very black. And so, and the one thing they say about black folks is black folks can't get along.
Can't have a conversation.
Can't have a, like, I mean, think about it. That's a literal thing people say, is that black folks can't sit down and have a civil discussion. That's literally a thing they say it.
And so that's the lens that I was looking at it. So Ace, I don't agree with you know, somebody being mad that they should unfollow. Like I personally don't, but I understand. I'm not Craig. I don't know his emotions. I don't know his feelings, but it bothered him. And so I believe that you deal with the person in front of. There might be things, Blanche, that you and things might bother you that don't bother me. And so I have a certain kind of expectation that when two people sit down, there's a ramp up period before people start just screaming at each other. And so when I saw that,
0 to 100, huh?
I was like, whoa. And like I said, I associate that stuff with blacks.
Well, the show was called The Smoke. What was it called? The Smoke
Show.
The whole thing was black. The Smoke Show, like the whole setup is black.
Yeah.
And so, but again, though, you know, I talked to RPG obviously behind the scenes, and one thing I love about her is that she's not offended by you all's comments, you all's opinions of her. And to me, in this game, you have to know who you are, and you got to be comfortable who you are, and you got to be firm and stern in who you are. So whatever somebody says to you is like water off a duck's back. You
have to, or else it's gonna control you.
Yeah. So.
And so Ace, so someone, shout out to this person, she knows who I'm talking about. She said, well, why? Because Ace sent me the collab link. And so I accepted. Why wouldn't I accept it, Blanche? I am a free speech absolutist, y'all. I am a free speech absolutist. I believe all perspectives deserve to be heard, and let the people decide which one they agree with. And so shout out to Ace. If he believes that this is his perception of what happened and his perception of Craig, and he tags me in and he talks about it, I let people decide.
Yeah. And keep in mind, you all, you know, RPG is a fan of Ace. So, you know, even like, she don't get offended by it. And I mean, I'm like her in the same way. Like, I don't get offended by y'all's comments because I don't even know y'all. I don't even know, like, it's not even that serious. This ain't really real life, because y'all don't know me, I don't know y'all. No. But yeah, she don't get offended by it.
And everybody has their perspective. I think that's the beautiful thing about America. Like, let the people decide. So he called me. Someone said, well, he called you out your name. It will not be the first time, Blanche. I'm telling you, when me and my husband get down, I get called a lot.
And it won't be the last.
You know, I'm used to being called out my name. Don't bother me at all.
You know what's crazy? As crazy as I've talked, I've never called a woman out of her name.
Really? Really, Blanche?
I just thought I've never called a woman out of her. Never.
Aww,
I've never called a woman out of her name. Huh?
You were raised right.
I never did it. I don't think I was raised that right. I just think I never did it.
Don't bother me at all. Let me tell you, I'm from New York. And not only that, not only am I from New York, my friends are all Black, and so we call each other B words all the time. Sometimes it just kind of come out, especially if we mad.
Hold on, RPG. We have a comment here from African Diaspora News.
Oh yeah.
And they said it's not Black, it's emotions being out of control. Where some emotions come from trauma or mental illness, emotions isn't a race specific. Black people are emotional.
Yeah.
Black people are, matter of fact, Black people are emotionally unintelligent. Black people are very emotional. Black people are very sensitive. And it's because it's from falsified trauma. Yeah. Because they get reinforced trauma they never experienced of slavery and oppression and being a victim. They're living off of a falsified trauma. So they are very, very emotional. The average Black person has no emotional intelligence. They go from 0 to 100 and like they can control themselves. So to say it's not race specific, maybe it's not race, but it is Black people when it comes to this programming. This whole Black thing, Blackness will make you very emotional.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's sad that I do believe that some culture or some people can, whether you Black, white, or Chinese or whatever, you do have people that are emotional that are white, people that are emotional that are, yes, but as a culture, there is a reason why Black people commit the most murders. Murders are crimes of passion. Black people, they wear the crown with that. Because somebody said something and it was so true. They say Black people are 15% of the population and they commit 60% of the murders or something like that. But it's actually not true, Blanche. It's the murders are being committed by young men between the ages of 18 and 27. That's like 3% of the population committing 60% of the murder. That's a problem. And you can say it's not Black, but
think about it. You got 3% of the Black population committing homicides with the men. You got about 3% of Black women having 40% of abortions. It's the same on both sides. It's the same. And again, it's because there's no emotional discipline. There's no emotional intelligence. And so everything is a knee-jerk reaction. Everything is an impulsive reaction versus thinking something out and being calm. You know what I mean? How many Black folks did not plan to have a child? Versus how many Black folks plan to have a child? Most Black folks don't actually plan to have a child. They don't.
Until
very small percentage.
Over 40.
Well, listen. A Black woman over 40, she gotta have a baby. And listen, she planning, she plotting, and she's scheming, she doing everything. Yes.
It's sad, y'all. And somebody said, so Vitamin Man, this is our friend Vitamin. Blacks do not commit most of the murders. Do we want to do this? do you want to do this?
Listen, man.
He said, but because whites don't get arrested for murders, they do. The white folks get away with murders.
You know what's funny? Remember there was a show on TV called Cops.
Yes.
The entire show was about white folks getting arrested.
Yes.
They literally had a whole show on TV, a #1 rated show, and 99% of the folks on the show getting arrested was white people.
And Hispanics.
And some drunk Hispanics, yeah. And every now and then some Black people. But Black folks usually be involved in some kind of violent crime or something like that.
Because the cameras wouldn't go to the hood. They're not going to the hood to record. They're not. Y'all, can we just be honest? Okay, so Tommy said, Tommy's wild police video says they are emotional because they're raised by what? It's the truth, y'all.
Raised by women.
Truth. It's the truth. I'm sorry. I know y'all don't like it. But we about to go through a lot of truths.
Hold on. Jarrell said on Instagram, I'm pretty sure white murders are solved at 95%. Do y'all know that 60% of the homicides in the black community go unsolved? 60%. And you know why they go unsolved? Because y'all don't snitch. 60% of the homicides go unsolved. Talking about what white folks is doing. No, what are y'all doing?
I know. Tommy said y'all need to let me in on this one. Look, come on, Tommy. You can send him the link if you want.
Who is Tommy?
I think it's our Tommy. Tommy's Wild Physics videos.
Oh, he can come on. Come on.
I think it's Tommy.
Is it
Tommy?
Is it Tommy? Hold on. Hello, IG.
Blanche got to connect. I don't have to connect.
Hold on. Can you play the Ace video though?
Oh yeah. Go ahead.
All right, make sure
you talking about the Ace on Instagram, right?
Yeah, the video he tagged you when he want you to post.
Go ahead. Hold on. Sorry. You want me to start it from the beginning?
Yeah.
Somebody unfollowed me. Oh my God. I have questions if somebody unfollowed me.
Well, show me.
I mean, that's just me because I helped him share videos and shit. Shut the That stupid bitch CJ said I was chipping out and I was too fucking emotional when I was flashing out on that puss ass nigga Craig Long. Everything about you, pussy. I'm so hurt somebody unfollowed me. Oh my God. I have questions if somebody unfollowed me.
Well, show me.
I mean, that's just me because I helped him share videos and shit. Shut the fuck up, puss ass nigga. Y'all called me emotional in the comments, but I didn't have proof then. I just had that feeling like this dude weird. Something up with this nigga.
Long we arrested. He's 41. Some of you may recognize him. He's an influencer. He also owns Craig Long Fitness in Tampa. He was seeking the services of a prostitute. Did I tell you that he's married? That he's got 125 followers on Instagram?
Look at Craig Epstein getting caught up in a trafficking ring. You ain't gonna never see no pussy ass shit about me like that. I keep telling y'all, stop putting your fucking faith in man. Just cause you like how a motherfucker talk. I had this exact same feeling up in Tampa with all them fucking people from TPUSA. I don't fuck with none of y'all. I can't tell you what that feeling is, but I don't fuck with you.
Stu, the blunt in his hand. Ace is who he is. That y'all, if he don't get any credit from me for anything, it's the fact he is who he is. He got the blunt in his hand while he talking. What I will say, y'all,
yeah, Tommy, I just sent it. That shit.
What I will say about Ace is I understand where he's coming from. I do. I understand how his personality is probably a lot different. His personality is probably closer to mine, Blanche. Wouldn't you say? We have a lot in common. Because he don't care. He don't care. So when he gets into a space of people that care about how they look and care about how they sound, he will probably feel a little bit uncomfortable. I mean, I don't know. Here we said. Someone said, you're worried about him seeking a prostitute with most of you guys are fornicators. Shut up. If you divorce your husbands, you're just as bad or worse. You're talking stupidity, Dr. Phil.
Can you I'm sorry, but can you send me the link again? Because it's saying it's an error.
Oh, okay. Maybe I gotta send one specifically.
I don't know. Maybe you can send. I'm trying to DM it, but it's saying an error. The request could not be satisfied.
Here we go. I'll send you another one.
I didn't know he even sent me a link for Wednesday.
Here we go. Hold on, let me send it. I'll send you a new one for him.
All right, send a new one
because maybe you can't do the one
it's saying error. The request cannot be satisfied.
here. Here, send him this one. I did a different one. Probably because you're on it, on the one on the link. I didn't know you needed a separate. Yeah. So what I was saying, Blanche, while you were doing that, what I was saying is I understand Ace, that when he is who he is, and so when you get around a group of people that care about how they look and are a little bit more, they act a little with a little bit more decorum, you will feel out of place. You feel really out of place.
For some reason, it's not. I'm sorry, it's not working. You're going to have to send it to him.
Okay.
Tell him, Tommy, just click on the link, because when I click on it, it says error, but when I click on it, it comes up. It lets you log in, so just click on the link.
Well, I just sent it to him. I mean, I sent you a new link. Did you see the new link?
I just sent it to him.
Okay.
Just click on it, Tommy. It should work.
Yeah, it should.
No.
If not, I'll email you one that you could forward it to him.
Yeah, probably email, because I'm sorry, I don't see it, man. Okay. It's not working.
It's all right.
Yeah. And listen, I could see Ace, not feeling a TPS USA event.
USA.
TP USA event.
Mm-hmm.
I probably wouldn't feel it either, though. Like, yeah.
I had a good time there because, I just stick to my people. You know what I'm saying? Like I get with people that are like me, like mines. I didn't feel that way, but I understand how a person could feel that way.
Yeah.
I stick to the people that I rock with, but that's every conference though, right? You know what I'm saying? We say it all the time, Blanche, and I don't want to be rude when I say this, y'all, so forgive me. A lot of the conservatives are lame. They corny. They corny. And so if you come from like the type of background that Blanche and I came from, and probably Ace too, it's you getting with these people and they're a little lame, because we got edge, got a little edge to us. That's why the whole Craig Lawn situation doesn't bother me, and we're gonna talk about it. It does not bother me, and it's probably because we got a little edge to us, Blanche. I mean, we're saved by the grace of God.
True, we saved.
We saved by the grace of God, but let me tell you, it ain't always been peaches and rainbows over here. I have a past. Blanche, I got a past.
You got a past? What you mean you got a past?
I got a past. I wasn't selling it. I kind of wish I had. I wasn't selling it. But, hey, I was getting down. It is what it is.
Listen, hold on.
Tale as old as time, y'all. Tale as old as time. Boy meets girl, girl meets boy. They get down. Tale as old as time.
Listen, y'all. I'm not kicking Craig White down, though.
Heck no.
I ain't gonna do it. Now, listen, I don't agree, but I ain't gonna kick him White down, though.
It is what it is. I do feel for his family, because y'all, even if this was something so simple, so I did see the court documents, Blanche.
Mm-hmm.
And the court let me let you see this guy who went over the court documents. And I was just like, y'all just whack. If this is now they're saying that Craig was associated with January 6th. He wasn't. Like the people just coming. I mean, they making up all kinds of stuff on this dude.
Yeah, and that's par for the course, because that's what happens when you in a leading a double life. You know, they're gonna you held to a standard. If you were conservative, you held to a standard.
But what standard though? What standard? What standard? Like these folks is all out here getting it. I guess I don't know, y'all. Like it for me, and the only standard that someone should be holding to is his wife. His wife should hold him to a standard, but you, me, I, like.
Okay, I'm done now. I'm sorry, y'all. Okay, I'm back now.
Did he get it? Did Tommy?
I just emailed him the link.
Okay, all right.
I emailed him the link.
Yeah, people adding all kinds of stuff to it, and really I just feel bad for his family. I feel bad for his kids. Let me tell you what it said. Let me tell you what it said. He asked for. This is pretty funny, actually.
So, Tom, if you're still there, I just emailed you the link because it wasn't working on Instagram for some reason. But what's up, Mr. Anderson?
Who that?
Jocelyn? Yeah.
Oh, what's up? We were just talking about you, Dave.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So Craig Long, so the case actually said, and I quote is Craig. Craig said, I'll give you $100 for something quick.
That sounds about right. That sounds about right. Get in and get out. That sounds about right.
Y'all, I didn't get $100 for this something quick that I gave.
You know what? Let me say this, right? And I'm gonna dispel some of these rumors real quick. We talk about prostitution. We talk about pimping and hoeing. If these women were not with the pimp, they would be doing the same thing. So what people in their mind thinks that if they weren't with a pimp, they would be a lawyer or a doctor. No, she'd be doing the same thing just for free. That's all.
Be doing the same thing for free. It's safer to do it for free. These let me tell you, people don't want. Can we just be honest? The real exploitation are the men, okay? Because these women are going out here and they have nothing to give for that $100. Because Craig could keep the $100 in his pocket. Let's keep it funky. She wants the $100. He's not going to give it to her without an exchange of goods and services. This is economics 101, y'all. And he made his request, and it just so happened to be illegal in Florida.
Even swap ain't no swindle.
I love that. Even swap ain't no swindle.
Listen, man, at the end of the day, the way they framed this was wrong.
Yeah.
So they basically try to make it seem like Craig was a part of a sex. Think about how this sounds. He tried to get sex from a prostitute, some quick, versus he was involved in a sex trafficking operation. It's two different things in context. He wasn't sex trafficking, and we talked about this earlier. All of this sex trafficking talk, all they're doing is really going after people in brothels and pimps, and they're going after low-hanging fruits because the real sex trafficking industry is dominated by women. So if you start busting actual sex traffickers, it's going to be like 85% women. So they can't do that because it makes women look bad. So what they do is they go after the parts of it, the lower parts that are men, where you see pimps, maybe a brothel owner, maybe somebody that's pole pimping, maybe somebody owns a strip club. They go after those people instead of the real big fish. Because they go after the big fish, it's a lot of women going to get exposed, and they can't have that. They can't have women being seen in that bad of a light. Imagine you do a study on how many women are actually involved in sex trafficking. Look at Epstein. Who was his right-hand person? Ghislaine Maxwell. Because think about it. You cannot move human bodies with men. It raises too many questions. So think about it. I saw one time in the airport, this woman had like 20 kids with her. Nobody questioned nothing. Nobody questioned her at all. Sex trafficking, nobody said nothing. Imagine a guy in the airport. Imagine me, and I got 20 kids. I'm gonna get 1,000 questions. I'm gonna get 1,000 questions.
It's the truth.
Are you a coach? Are you their dad? Like, are you running? Like what? Like, it's 1,000 questions. Then I look up. I'm in a room somewhere getting interrogated. They got the kids. It'd be a big mess.
Yeah.
So the reason why they go after the low-hanging fruits, the pimps, strip club owners, and all that is because the real sex trafficking industry is bringing in $180 billion a year. You're going to rub a lot of folks the wrong way. A lot of powerful people involved in sex trafficking. So I'm just telling y'all, to me, like what you said earlier, it's like virtue signaling.
Yeah.
It's just you saying like we're doing something, y'all ain't doing nothing.
And let's can we just stop calling it sex trafficking, y'all? I take offense to calling it sex trafficking. Here's why, Blanche, is there are people, there are women, there are young girls, there are babies that are being scooped out of their homes in other countries. I don't think nobody's stealing no Western woman. Like Western women. No, nobody. We go for a discount, okay? But people are being scooped up out of their homes, stolen in the middle of the night, trafficked across the border, trafficked, and they're not getting anything for it. This is that Taken video. Like you go overseas and you see some real women that are trapped, like they don't even know where they're going. They didn't sign up for anything. There's people in dark masks that come and steal them. These women, Western women, most likely, it's a hustle. It's a hustle. And it's being done with men. Why? Because if I'm a woman and I want to go sell my body, there's a lot of exposure to it. Blanche, you're a big dude. And so if I go there and I tell you, hey, the price is blah, 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 you might do it and not give me the money. You might do it and slap me up.
Depending on how I feel.
Depending on how you feel, right? So people don't want to admit that they have these pimps for protection, to handle the money. You can charge a higher price. That's just the truth. I'm sorry. I know it is the unlikable truth. I know y'all want some kind of drama with it. But these girls are out here and they are willing participants. They don't have any skills or any other way to make $200 a night. I'm sorry. They don't have another way. Or $1,000 a night. They don't have another way.
And to piggyback off what you said, think about how in the last election, they were talking about the sex worker. Mm-hmm. Notice this big push for the sex worker to be seen as a dignified position and sex workers have rights and all of this stuff. It's because the sex industry, whether it be trafficking or prostitution or stripping or escort or whatever you want to call it, it's dominated by women. And so nobody wants to admit the hard facts that these women, again, if a woman is getting pimped by a pimp, just tell you, she probably wasn't gonna make it in life anyway. I'm just being honest with you, because her mind is already at it. Even a pimp would tell you they target women that have been molested, they got low self-esteem, they got daddy issues. That's who they target. So these women, they're not going after women that have a strong mind and a strong will. They're going after the weakest of the weak. So again, these women, although you may consider them victims, what else would they be doing? They'd be doing the same thing, just without a pimp. And there's women today, right now. There's women today with college degrees. There's women that work in corporate America right now, and they are prostitutes.
Yeah. Did you see this comment?
200 a night. This is why women need a male pimp. Pimper price is too low. No, not 200 a night.
I'm sorry, I meant
200 a trick.
See, exactly. See, I don't know how much it costs. I told you.
But hold on. But that 200
was free.
But that 200 is for everything, though. They don't just 200 for nothing. No, Craig was finna get cheated. He said 100 for something quick. Nah, they gonna be quick for $100. Listen, they gonna be quick for 100. But yeah, not 200 a night, 200 a trick.
My bad. You see, I don't know how much it costs. 200 a night. That sounds pretty good. Hey, no. I don't know. Look, I don't know. He said low aspirations. But yeah, no, you're right. I mean, and Blanche, you brought up something that when you were talking about the sex working industry, think about Ashley Madison. You remember Ashley Madison? You remember that like private, like it was like if you're a married person, you can cheat, you can find somebody that would cheat, that you could cheat with. And it was a whole Ashley Madison list. Do you remember that? Mm. Oh my God, this happened like 10 years ago, y'all. It was like a whole industry, like it was a website and it was called Ashley Madison. It was like life is short, have an affair. That was literally life is short, have an affair. And so married men would go to this site to find someone to have an affair with. And this was women.
Wow.
And so they said Ashley Madison, somebody hacked into Ashley Madison and got the list of people and they were going to release it. And like blackmail people. That's the only reason Ashley Madison went down. And it probably still is a big thing. It's probably under some other name by now, but they were going to blackmail people. And that's why Ashley Madison dissolved. But it was called Life Short, Have an Affair. Hold on, I'm about to find it, y'all, and show it to y'all.
And so this is the real black eye on this stuff, is that they're framing this as that women don't have any self-agency. And it's just not true. They're framing it as that women are being taken advantage of. And I'm sure in some cases, but in my lifetime, the women I have known to be involved in any type of these kind of shenanigans, it's been voluntary.
Yeah. And that's, see, look, it says millions. So they changed their whole, look, the importance of discretion in modern dating. So now they're saying it's a dating site, but it's a discreet dating site. And it says, as a judgment-free space, Ashley Madison revolves around the idea that consenting adults should be able to keep their private relationships. That was not the case. It used to be life's short, have an affair. That used to be.
Well, hold on. If you look on the page, you scroll down, keep scrolling, scroll up again. See a part where it says, "From affairs to discreet connections, our journey." Also,
Ashley Madison was known as the leading married dating site since 2002. While we previously primarily catered to married women and men looking for affair dating, we've listened to our members and adapted to the changing landscape of modern dating.
And I'm going to say this again. Women dominate the sex industry. Nobody wants to talk about it. They only go after men, but women dominate. Even the Epstein thing. The girl was like, "Do you want to make $200?"
Yep, she sure
like,
did.
"Yeah, what I got to do?"
Yep.
It wasn't he didn't go over there and drag them and traffic them. "You want to make some money?" "Yeah, girl, what I got to do?" "Okay, come on." And then after the fact, they say, I felt uncomfortable. He was gross. And no.
Yeah.
You went to that house for 200.
After the embarrassment. Look, it was life short having a. I'll never forget it.
It's time for AshleyMadison.com.
I guarantee her business. I guarantee her business was booming.
It was until somebody started blackmailing.
Somebody hated. Corey said DoorDash for hoes, whoredash.
You need to market that right now. Like, you need to just steal that right now. Don't put it out there, Corey. So I say this to say, y'all, women know, like, women are getting down. I mean, like, come on, Blanche. Come on, Blanche. Like, women are getting down, okay? So, which brings us to the whole Craig Long thing, which I just think y'all not gonna like what I have to say about it. And at this point, y'all don't ever like what we have to say, do they? Do they, Blanche? They never like what we have to say.
They don't.
So Craig Long, the Craig Long arrest to me is not the biggest news story. A guy who has a very natural emotion to be intimate with a lady. Can we just very natural?
Yeah, on the base level, that's what it is. It's a guy that wants physical companionship with a woman. That's on the base. That's what it is. He ain't selling nuclear codes to North Korea. It's just he wants to. Yeah. Now listen, morally it's wrong.
Yes.
Morally he is wrong. He should not be cheating on his wife. It's a lot of things he's doing that's wrong. But I'm saying, but to frame this as if Craig is the bad guy and all those women are innocent, all of them. You mean to tell me none of them is consensual? And I told you this a couple of years ago. They started branding pimps and sex traffickers, and I'm like, hey, y'all can't do that, because the assumption is that every prostitute is there by force, and it's not true.
It's not true. And that's what they're trying to do in this is new. So everybody was talking about the Craig Long thing. Shout out to Craig. I still love him. I love content creators. Craig was extremely kind to me. I have nothing bad to say about him. I'm praying for his family, praying for his wife. I know this is embarrassment, and I believe that that's what they're trying to do. Like the punishment is the process. Craig may get off like with this, because honestly, it's no big deal. $100 for something quick.
And he solicited, so they probably gonna drop the charges down. He'll plead down to something. Like he propositioned for 100. That's as far as it went. So they may just drop it. Like you say, they may just want to embarrass him. Can you play the video?
Sure.
Yeah, just play the video.
Sure. So, sorry. Let me get it. Okay. So to me, this is the bigger story. I called Blanche and I was just so angry because this guy, Sheriff Grady Judd, he's a MAGA guy. But like I said, you got a lot of these conservatives to me make me so mad because they just don't get it. They don't understand how the world works, Blanche. They don't. Boy meets girl, girl meets boy, like something about to happen, right? I mean, it's just the way that it works. So he's like, yeah. And he's almost like giddy about it, Blanche, almost giddy. He shares all of these. So he goes off and he makes all it. So this is the January 6th guy.
Supervised release.
There we go.
in the county truck because, yeah, she thought he was at work. And then there's Ryan Yates. He's from Odessa. Pay attention to Ryan Yates. He was arrested in the January 6th Capitol riot. He entered the building illegally. He pushed against and battered police officers trying to get into the rotunda. He was sentenced to 6 months in prison and then 3 months home detention and then 2 years supervised release. He says he's unemployed, and then he got a blanket pardon from President Trump. Well, we're not giving him a blanket pardon. Are we pardoning him? Yes, sir. I didn't think so. Yeah, he got away with it with the federal system, but not here. He came here to violate the law. We arrested him. The state attorney is going to make sure that he's prosecuted. And think about this. He didn't resist us like he did the Capitol Police.
Like, Blanche, is that too much?
Well, first of all, the Capitol, that was a fiasco. That wasn't no.
Exactly. It was just too much. It was.
Them people opened the gates up. They opened the door. There wasn't no stop. They wasn't doing no kind of. That was. I got issues with the January 6th thing. How they blew out of proportion too. But anyway, listen, man. This guy tried to get a prostitute. Like that's it. Like it ain't. Y'all trying to make this like this is a conspiracy theory as deep as he tried to get a prostitute.
Y'all, and
look at him. Look at him. What you do? What you think he gonna do? Look at him. Hold up. He looks like this, and he's unemployed. What do y'all think he's gonna do?
He could get somebody. He just can't get the girl he wants.
Thank you. Yeah, exactly.
He can get somebody.
He want to grow all the teeth. He want to grow all the teeth though. Just say that's what
I just think that Sheriff Grady, like y'all, I don't know about y'all. Put in the comments. I don't know if I want my taxpayer dollars going to this kind of stuff. I don't know. Charge him and move on. Charge, move on. You showing this whole like getting cute in front, and mind you, I saw several videos where this is this guy's MO. Like, shout out to Sheriff Grady. I respect the cops. I back the blue. I'm not trying to disparage him in any way, but is this what we doing, Blanche?
Again, y'all, these people were just getting a prostitute. Like this happens. This happens every day, all day. This is when I tell you they could bust somebody every second of the day for trying to get a prostitute. It happens all day, every day. Y'all wouldn't believe how many of these Hispanic guys working is getting prostitutes. It's unbelievable. They getting all work with cash in their hand. They going to trick. How you say trick in Spanish? Let me say you say trick.
Y'all, don't blame me for laughing. Blame Blanche, because Blanche is retarded, y'all.
Oh, so Truso.
They trying to get Truso.
Truso, there's some tricks. The Trusos. There's some tricks.
So my thing, right, is they got this whole thing for, and they're calling it sex trafficking, and they're calling out all of the people and all of the high profile people, and that's what made me interested. I had never known this guy before, but then he starts to say, and mind you, he says Craig Long. Okay, y'all already saw that.
No. Play it. No.
Okay. All right.
Play Craig.
Okay. All right. You want to go back to the? Okay.
Oh, that's a tranny?
No. This is the only woman he calls out is the one that's married. Look at this.
Garcia from Davenport. He's here illegally.
Hold on.
And he says he owns a restaurant. He's here illegally from Cuba. His wife is not here illegally. And he had a gun, I guess, for security. So it's kind of a family affair. Hey, honey, let's get married. And then I'll lay up and do nothing. And you go out and prostitute.
Stop. See that? You see that?
Yep.
Now they're gonna try to frame that as sex trafficking. That is a husband and wife. Think about what they live together and they're married.
Yep.
And she out there hoeing.
But they not calling her a victim because she's married.
Oh, she ain't a victim. Okay.
She's not a victim. You notice? They didn't call her a victim.
Oh yeah, they're a tag team.
You see what I'm saying? Yo, what are we doing here? What are we doing? Okay. And then they highlighted another guy who had brought he had sat his 10-year-old in the car.
Trucos.
What's that?
Tricks, trucos. Tricks.
He had sat his 10-year-old in the car, which was really bad, but he sat his 10-year-old in the car to get sex. And then there was another guy who had
what?
Oh, let's just watch it, Blanche. Let's just watch it because I want you to react to it. So this guy.
With him. Now, you're going to see some B-roll later on. Then there's Shannon Brooks.
That was Gucci Mane
from Haines City. Shannon Brooks showed up with a 7-year-old child with him. Now, you're going to see some B-roll later on of Shannon Brooks. He's married. He brings a 7-year-old boy into the room where he's going to allegedly commit this sex act with a prostitute. Puts the 7-year-old in the bathroom, hands him the phone to play with it, and says, "Don't answer the MF phone." That's how he talked to his 7-year-old. And then he was arrested. He owns a tree trimming business. Oh, by the way, he's on public assistance. So while all of you are out working, paying taxes, he's taking your tax money, and he's engaging prostitutes, and he's neglecting his child. So there's all kinds of charges. He also picked up some, we TOT'd or turned over to DCF his child for appropriate placement. But this is the kind of parenting that we want. Come on, man, what are you doing? I want to tell his wife, you obviously married a guy with 5 brain cells, and 3 of them must have been left at the house this day. So at the end of the day, he's locked up.
Why the black guy got the worst case though? Why does the black guy have the worst case? Why do you have your son in the bathroom playing on the dude? Like, why the black person got to have the worst case? Come on, man. Why? This man own a tree trimming business and he on government assistance.
Look, I'm not a dude. I don't know how desirable it is to be with a woman that you would do this.
No.
What I'm telling you is that people do a lot of crazy, stupid stuff with their kids. And this ain't no different. I just don't like the way they are exploiting a man's desire to get his rocks off as bad parenting, or equating that to being like almost like the scum of the earth. And they're not doing the same thing with women. The woman who is tricking is equally as bad. And to me, you guys, that the people who are setting these men up for this, I don't feel right about it. I really don't feel right about it.
A wise man once told me, can't be no pimps if it ain't no hoes.
Thank you. Thank you.
So as much as we want to blame the men, they are only in business because women are willing to do it. And to say that every woman is a victim is a lie. There are women right now. Think about it. Think about how the whole culture and stripper culture has taken off in the last 8 years from these female rappers and artists. They've been selling sex. Cardi B, Sukiyana, Sexy Red, Meg Thee Stallion, all them been selling sex for Lotto. All these female rappers literally been telling women to go out there and be prostitutes. Literally, go out there and be a prostitute. And if you get pregnant, have an abortion. That's literally what they're saying.
The issue for me is that it's a crime and you shouldn't commit crimes, right? Do it in a place that is illegal. I mean that it's not illegal. Do it in a place. Go to Vegas or whatever. Don't do it in polkcounty because it's against the law.
Get your regular chick. Listen, y'all. These women is giving it up, man. You ain't got listen, y'all. Listen, fellas. Y'all ain't got to jump through all these hoops. These women will give it up. Trust me.
Period. I heard it though, Blanche. I heard it's like a fetish. Is it a fetish?
I don't want that fetish. The devil is a lie. I don't want that fetish. If I got to spend money, that ain't a fetish I want. that sounds demonic. Listen, that sounds demonic. If I got to spend my money on a woman, no.
So that's my thing is that I don't even know if I want my taxpayer dollars going towards sting operations to exploit a guy's desires to be with a female. Like y'all, I'm not okay with that. I don't know how y'all feel, and y'all can get mad at me if y'all want, but it just doesn't feel right.
If y'all really wanted to destroy the industry, you would punish the women.
Punish the women.
You destroy them one day.
Equally. And this is y'all, they only show the men. They only showed the one female who was married to a man. That's why they showed her.
Right.
They don't show any of the females. All they show is the men and the trans women, which are men. Why don't you ruin the lives of the girls who are selling the box? Why don't you do that? Oh, they're victims. They're victims, Blanche. And it's not victim. Y'all get mad at the drug dealer providing the drugs to the person who's using, but you're not getting mad at the prostitute who's providing the product for these men to. They're essentially addicts. The men are addicts. If you're paying for sex work, you're a sex addict.
If you paying for vagina in 2026, you have a serious illness.
Yes.
You are sick because these women are giving it up. There's no I don't know what y'all out here doing.
Somebody said for the free.
For the free.
For the free.
For the free.
I know, like
y'all tricking in 2026. Y'all crazy.
Exactly. And so my issue is I don't like, where is the exploitation? The real exploitation to me is the men. I really feel like these men are being exploited, and I'll tell you guys why. Just moving forward a little bit. Let's keep watching.
Well, he's not by himself. Derek Partita, 37, brought his 10-year-old child, but he left his 10-year-old child in the car while he was going to have sex. Well, I want to talk about this. This is a very sad situation. And then DCF took the child and made sure the child was appropriately taken care of.
So you didn't like when they brought the 10-year-old the child in the house and left the child in the bathroom with the phone. Now you mad because this guy left the child in the car. Y'all, it's bad. I know. I'm just saying.
This child lost his mother when he was only 2 years old. And this child should have been taken better care of. Who is this guy? What is he all about? And it was sad in one instance, but the 7-year-old child and the 10-year-old child, because it happened in the same time frame, got to be friends while DCF was taking care of them and working through hell. So
What?
You see how that's
What?
you see how that's
They
exploit
got to be friends. What?
while they were in the custody of the Department of Child whatever DCL. So
So we
my
don't.
so my thing, y'all, is that they're saying that this guy left his 10-year-old child in the car. The child doesn't have a mom, so this is probably a single dad, very sad, very lonely, probably doesn't get a lot of dates. And guys, I heard, you can correct me, Blanche, have like almost like a physical need to be with the woman. Like sometimes they can't even control it. I hate that for them, but they feel like they can control it.
Well, yes. Sex is a need of a man. You know, respect is one, sex is another, and then appreciation. Those are the top three needs of a man: respect, appreciation, sex. So yes, men need sex. Um, the problem is though, is the framing of this.
Yes.
These men are morally wrong, true, and they should not be bringing their children there, true.
Yes.
But to your point, you can't make this all about the men though. You can't tell me that every woman is being sex trafficked, because I know, listen, man, I wasn't born last night. I know plenty of women in college that did it. I know women that do it, they work in corporate America, that like women are selling themselves. If a woman, even if a woman says he got to take me out and spend this money before I sleep with him, is the same thing. It's the same thing, because you're requiring a monetary exchange for your body. It's still prostitution. So even a strippers do it all the time. You can offer them, they can get 10 for the lap dance. Well, how much for the dance in the back or back to the hotel? She gonna give you a price. They do the same thing. So
Yeah.
calling this sex trafficking to make it sound all is cap.
And so Janan TV, I'm not saying that the men are victims in the situation with the woman. I'm saying they are the victims of this exploitation, putting what happened to them or what's going on, their bad behavior on display like there's some kind of freak, when the women who are selling it are equally as a freak, and they have not showed not near woman. Not near woman. Let me show you when they show the women. Go ahead.
Hold on, go to Craig.
Okay.
these two children were playing together in one of our rooms and made friends. And then there's Yunor Garcia, too. I bet she's not amorous
I
any
love
longer.
that dude, man. He's so funny, man.
Then there's Craig Long we arrested. He's 41. Some of you may recognize him. He's an influencer. He also owns Craig Long Fitness in Tampa. He was seeking the services of a prostitute.
I don't think it's funny.
No. I can't imagine what's going through Craig's head. And in his mind, he's thinking, all I was doing was wanting to get something quick. Like, just think about something quick went to sex trafficking sting. And again, Janan TV, I agree with you. But the problem is, the reason why they don't hold women accountable is because you would destroy the industry.
Yeah.
Y'all understand that the reason why these industries are alive because they don't hold women accountable. If they held women accountable, women wouldn't do it and it'd be a dead industry. It's too much money involved to shut it down. So what they do is they give the people a bone. This is what you call a bone. We had a sex trafficking sting. All y'all did was bust some prostitutes, some tricks with some prostitutes. That's all y'all did.
Yeah, but we're going to talk about why they have to call it sex trafficking, Blanche. There's a reason why, and we're going to talk about them NGOs.
Oh yeah.
They have to call it sex trafficking. But I like when he's talking about the defense of police officers. I like when he's talking about, fraud as far as, our taxpayer dollars and stuff like that. But like you doing this to embarrass men for a desire and not embarrassing the women who are offering the sex. You lame, bro. You lame.
Even think about this. Think about the Diddy case where one girl, like a couple of girls, he might have flew out or something, and they call that sex trafficking. Jarrell brought that up.
Andrew Tate, they said that.
Like that, like, listen, y'all, they're playing with your brain. That's not sex trafficking.
Not.
A dude, do you know how many athletes fly out girls? Do you know how many regular guys fly out chicks from IG? Do you know how many women get flew? Women even say it, we getting flued out. How is that sex trafficking? It's a whole term called flued out. How is that sex trafficking? But they're calling that sex trafficking. It's not sex trafficking.
It's not. It's not. And I'm going to tell y'all why they call it sex trafficking. My thing is that like I think he's just trying to be cute, and it's not cute, because let me tell you something. I have sons. I have sons, and I don't want to live in a world where you go on this humiliation ritual for wanting sex. And I know it's not right. He shouldn't want it out of the confines of marriage. But people got demons that they're facing, and I would just never. I don't know. It just bothers me.
Did I tell you that he's married? That he's got 125 followers on Instagram, 568 followers on TikTok. Well, I'm going to give him some content for his social media today.
Yeah, he's being cute.
He was a previous felon who straightened up. Really what we want to see in life. Now he's an influencer. You know, he moves in big circles, even with the president.
What's that for?
In other words, we got a big fish.
Yeah. That wanted to do something quick for $100. Whoop-de freaking do. Whoop-de freaking do.
Thank you, Adina. It takes away from the bigger picture and the real victims. Exactly.
Yeah. Like there's real victims that are out there like surviving. Keep going, sorry.
This is a photograph with the president and his son not long ago. Now, we'd like to see people who make mistakes early in life, and he had a long history, straighten up. We like the fact that he likes the cops. Heck, he liked them so much, he got caught up in a sting and got to be up and real close with the cops. We asked what his attitude was. They said, oh, he had a great attitude. He appreciates law enforcement. Well, there you go. You got arrested in the human trafficking sting.
Human trafficking.
Now,
human trafficking.
Listen, y'all. We are saying that there are people that are actually human trafficked and sex trafficked. But she's going to talk about why this is. Jarrell mentioned the federal dollars that's going to combating sex trafficking. But listen, y'all, this is called a low-hanging fruit, and it's really virtue signaling. The real sex trafficking industry is bringing in 180 to 200 something billion dollars a year, and it's dominated by women.
Yep.
This is why they don't want to crack it open, because you would see mugshot after mugshot after mugshot of women not being trafficked, but doing the trafficking.
Quote unquote trafficking. They tricking, okay? Or what's the Spanish word? Truco. That's what they're doing. Y'all, let's keep it real. I know people. I was about to say I have friends, but I know people that do this online. I know them. So, like, my thing is if you're not going to go through a humiliation ritual with the suppliers, please don't go through a humiliation ritual with the addicts. Because we don't do that in the drug game. We don't do that in the drug game.
They never villainize the user.
No, ever.
Even, I don't know about now, but I know back in the day, those prostitutes would get arrested, right? And get right out of jail.
Yes, that's happening now. I'm about to show you, Blanche. We about to show you. So, long story short, that he goes through all of this like humiliation ritual with all the trannies. Like, so look,
picture.
he shows
This
the
is
tranny.
Delezzo.
Like all the trannies. This is a tranny.
God, there's some hideous people. What is this? A freak show? What is this?
That pretty.
The lights is out, Blanche.
The Monsters Ball. Who is that? You see that dude's? You see that dude's head?
Y'all know men don't care. Look, the lights is out. Men.
No, do y'all see this man's head though?
That's his mugshot. Hold on, you gotta hear what they say about him.
But you got to try.
Look, he said.
You wake up the next morning and
Hold on.
hitting.
Listen.
And then there's, this is the advertisement. This is what arrives. And this is what they look like the next morning.
No.
You wake up the next morning and say, man, I don't think you can drink enough to drink that pretty. But you got to try if you're already caught up in that circumstance.
Yeah, so the only
Now they keep it a straight face. Now they keep it a straight face.
they're struggling.
I'd have been cracking up, man.
So the only prostitutes they are showing, the only prostitutes they're showing are men, trannies. They're not showing the female prostitutes. You don't find that like exploitative?
Well, again, it's the low-hanging fruit. Going after the men is the low. Listen, once they started saying that a pimp was a sex trafficker, you already knew the game was over with. Like, it was over with. Keep in mind, they never call madams sex traffickers.
Nope.
Ever.
Nope. And they don't call it a trap house. They don't call it trick. They call it brothels.
Brothel.
It's so bad. So here's why I say that this is a hustle, y'all. They got NGOs getting that government check to find sex trafficking. Now, mind you, all of these NGOs, Blanche, are named something with child, one more child. But none of these victims are children. They can't find enough children that are being trafficked that they got to expand the circle, so they keep getting the taxpayer check at the expense of our men and our boys. This bothers me, Blanche. It bothers me. I have sons.
So what you're saying is that, and y'all can look this up, 98% of children that go missing return home. But they never tell you that. Think about that. Think about all these missing children, and they use this data to go with the sex trafficking and child trafficking stuff. They use the data. What they don't tell you is that 98% of them return home. So that means all of this talk about missing children, and 98% of them return to the house. So again, because it's not enough out there to fight or to find, they got to make it up. And when I say they make it up, they go after this.
Yep.
This happens all, like, a man getting a prostitute is the same as going to buy a loaf of bread. It's just that common and that normal. Like, it's not nothing that's it's like I say, it's a low-hanging fruit. It's easy to do. You can easily just stay on the corner and watch some guy. Like, it's easy. You see the women walking down the street, you can see it all day long. It's in the open. It ain't difficult. So she's 1,000% correct. RPG is in that they're getting this government money to quote unquote end sex trafficking, but they're running into a problem is that they can't actually fight sex trafficking. They can't actually fight it because there's too many people with money and power involved in it. So they go after the low-hanging fruit. The Craig Longs, the guy with the 7-year-old, the guy with the 10-year-old, like that's what they go after.
And they make it up. They start making up sex. They start calling prostitution sex trafficking,
or human trafficking.
Human trafficking. Like, y'all look at this. So this girl comes up and she is a survivor, y'all, a survivor. And I want y'all to hear this foolishness. I really do. I want you to hear it.
Good morning. I'm Stacey Ham, and I do serve as a survivor leader and a supervisor now with One More Child's anti-trafficking mobile teams.
One More Child, anti-trafficking mobile. None of these people that were arrested were children. None of, like, they would have said it. You would have heard age 15, like 15-year-old boy, because I've seen some of his other stuff, and he always says the age of the quote unquote victim. So we're not talking, you guys, we're not talking about 15-year-olds or This Is Not to Catch a Predator. These are very of age adults that find themselves in this sting operation, taxpayer funded sting operation to trap men for a very natural desire, a mouse wanting cheese. This is literally that kind of deal. Do we really want to do this with men? I don't. Go ahead.
As you heard, this operation has led to significant...
Janad asked a question. She said, did they traffic anyone from one place to another? That's a good question. Like, they haven't actually mentioned any of the actual trafficking.
No.
They're talking about, like, what part of this was trafficking?
It wasn't.
Because all I hear is that these guys are going to the hotel to be with a prostitute or a motel. Like, that's not, again, this ain't trafficking. This is what this happens. Do you know how many women that are on drugs that do this?
Yes.
Do you know how many women on drugs do this not by force because they want drugs? Yeah, see, when trafficking goes beyond sex, it does go because it goes like into work and all that stuff. Yeah.
So here we go. This is what she's gonna say, and honestly, Adiane, I don't agree with that. Let me tell you why.
Arrest and a real impact in our community. And while this matters, I really want to take a moment to talk about what comes after this headline and this operation. Because for us at One More Child, this is really when the real work for us begins. This past week, myself and my team, we were embedded with law enforcement during operation nights. And while we then spent countless hours going into the jail and doing follow-up, we got to listen to individuals, to victims and survivors, sharing their stories and showing up in moments that were filled with fear, uncertainty, and vulnerability.
Why would they go into the jail with the victims? Because the victims are over 18. A child victim wouldn't be in jail for selling sex.
Be in foster care.
These are over 18 that they're going into the jail to talk to the victims that were selling sex.
But
and they tell you.
But if they were victims, why are they in jail?
Thank you.
They don't make any sense. Like, why would they don't make any sense. Like, if they're victims, why would they be in jail? Oh, I get it.
You.
They were convicted of a crime because prostitution is illegal. Yes. Selling your body is illegal. And so they got arrested. Then when they get arrested, you go and ask them, okay, who got arrested that was a prostitute? So then you go and interview them. And of course, they're going to tell you they was a victim. Why wouldn't they?
I was forced to do it. That's like the chick who get in a murder case. And she says, oh, I was scared, so I let him murder. Like, it's no excuse. Keep watching.
A few statements that have really stayed with me and my team this week from some survivors were, "I can't believe you showed up for me. I can't believe you're willing to come back and to fight for me. And I thought that no one cared." Some broke down, not because of what happened during the operation, but simply because someone was showing up, and that's what matters. Because operations like this address the true crimes, but they also reveal something much deeper. There are many individuals that are navigating situations where they feel like they have no real choice. Consent cannot exist when there is no opportunities.
What? Consent cannot exist when there's no real opportunities. So Blanche, if I don't have any money and I go into a store and I take the stuff off the shelf because I don't have any money, I should get off.
Yeah, you don't have a real opportunity.
I didn't have any money to buy it.
But again, she told you all what it was. She went into the jails to interview the victims. That means they got arrested, y'all. Think about that. What these women are doing is illegal. Do you understand that? You can't say, like, there's laws against you being a prostitute. You can't sell your body. Maybe in Vegas you can, but anywhere else you can't sell your body. So these people are taking taxpayer dollars. They're getting the testimonies from actual criminals and using them to say they're doing something good. So they're arresting the men and arresting the prostitutes. They're arresting both of them. But they're getting the stories from the women, and then they publicize the men and ruin their lives, and so everybody wins. Is that what I'm seeing here?
Where are the pictures of the women? These victims. Why don't they get? Why can't we find out if they have husbands, if they have wives?
Jarrell just said California actually made it illegal for police to charge teens with prostitution.
Exactly. Nobody charges teens with prostitution. These are adults. You're going to hear him say the victims were between 18 and like 67. The victims.
67?
Like meaning no, or he says the people that were arrested were between 18 and 67 or something.
Oh, okay. I'm about to say they said that 60.
But we'll talk. We'll
buying that.
We'll get. Yay! Look, lights are off.
We've met people that have been kicked out of their homes, that lost their jobs, that were fleeing domestic violence situations. People who found themselves in situations where survival was then tied to exploitation.
Blanche, no one would care right now if you've been kicked out of your home, nothing, no job or anything, and you go and rob a bank. No one would care.
The irony of her saying that is there was a guy that was in prison for 6 months, on house arrest for 3 months, on probation, unemployed, and he was trying to get a prostitute and nobody cared.
No one cared. The wife
now think about him depressed. He looked crazy. So think about the way he looked. He looked crazy. He's depressed, no job, life ruined. And he's going to get a prostitute. Now, one person said, you know what? I understand why he's doing that. He's going through a lot. Nobody said that. They put his picture up there and said he's the bad guy.
Yep. The guy who lost his wife, who's just a single dad, who probably can't find a girl.
Single dad.
Dad.
No sob story for him.
No sob story for him. But the victims.
And I want to be very clear. No one should ever have to make the choice where their safety, dignity, or their body is the cost of survival. This is not a choice, this is exploitation. Today, I want to take a moment to share something a little bit more personal. While I was born into a multi-generational cycle of familial sex trafficking, I don't often share that as a young adult. I was lured back into a cycle of exploitation.
As a young what? As a young what, Blair?
Hold on, time out. No.
Well, as a young what?
Hold on. You mean to tell me you grew up being sex trafficking?
No. She said in a cycle of, like, meaning they were like a familial sex trafficking. So she saw other people in her family being sex trafficked.
Okay, so she saw people in her family being sex trafficked, and then she managed to make it to adulthood to then get sex trafficked as a grown woman.
To go back into it. Sound like the family business, sis.
That's what it sounded like to me.
It sound like the family business.
It was a career choice. That's what it sounded like. It was a career choice.
She's getting government. She's an NGO, y'all. Let's watch that again, Blanche, because I don't want to misquote, sis.
I want to be very clear. No one should ever have to make the choice where their safety, dignity, or their body is the cost of survival. This is not a choice, this is exploitation. Today, I want to take a moment to share something a little bit more personal. While I was born into a multi-generational cycle of familial sex trafficking, I don't often share that as a young adult. I was lured back into a cycle of exploitation. From the outside, it didn't look like what most people expect. There were no chains, no visible restraints, so people just assumed the choices I were making were freely mine. People didn't see the coercion, they didn't hear the threats, and they didn't feel the isolation that I faced.
Like a man who doesn't have a woman? Do you get isolated? Do you feel isolation, Blanche?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Blanche, they call, because you're not married, they call you all kinds of things. Although I know Blanche is by choice.
Hold on. The crazy thing is they condemn me for not being married, but I ain't a victim though.
Thank you.
Y'all tell me I can't get a woman. I can't, but I ain't a victim. Why not a victim then? If I can't get a woman, why not a victim? Why y'all not feeling sorry for me? Where the organization One Man Left Behind? Where's the charity for me? Where's the
isolation you must feel? She said no one understands the isolation, the coercion, the threats. Blanche, you might be trafficked.
I am.
You might be trafficked.
I want my check. Listen. I don't want to be just give me the check. I want the federal funds.
So they're talking. Okay, so they're talking about this from the sex trafficking from the force perspective, but then they were talking about Andrew Tate's case, and they said that his was the lover boy method. So you're nice to these girls, and you lure them onto your jet and your plane and your yacht, and that's still sex trafficking.
Do y'all see what they're doing? They're telling you that women don't have any agency.
Thank you.
Do y'all understand how this should be insulting for them to think that if a woman meets a guy that's rich, she's powerless. If a man tells a woman that he wants to have sex with her, she's powerless. Why is there women can't say no when there's sex involved? Y'all don't find that strange? When I say let's go 50-50 on a date, she tells me no.
Blanche, you're not out here saying 50-50.
No, I'm just saying. If I say let's go 50-50 on a date, the woman somehow, some way manages to tell me no.
Y'all email me if Blanche says 50-50 on a date.
Listen, I'm saying though, women manage to tell me no.
Yep.
So how is it when these other guys show up, they can't say no? In the R. Kelly case, that one lady was 36 years old. You mean to tell me he got you at 36?
That's what she said.
36?
The wife said, oh, he wouldn't let me go use the bathroom. You a lie. You think R. Kelly's ex-wife, she could tell anything to? Look at her now. She exploiting herself now.
Thank you.
As a grandma.
Thank you.
Like, free R. Kelly, y'all. Shout out to free Diddy, free R. Kelly, and free Cosby. Thank God he got free. Y'all
listen,
out here.
The Cosby case. I'm glad you brought up Cosby. If y'all look into the Cosby case, it is one of the most disgusting displays of justice you will ever see in your life.
Absolutely.
And when I tell you, all those women that came out against him, he only got convicted on one. And do you know what he gave her? He didn't give her no Quaalude. He gave her Benadryl. Do y'all understand how this is all a setup against these men? This is crazy.
I don't know, Blanche. You gotta look at it. So So here's the part that I found out about the Cosby case, and you talking about a different one than I am. The one he got convicted on, she was a junkie. This is how I know she was a junkie. In the court cases, she says on record, he said that he would give me something to make me a little bit more comfortable. And she asked him, is this a Tylenol? He said, no, baby, this ain't no Tylenol, but it's going to make you feel real good. She ingested it and then said that she was drugged.
Okay, so I don't know if it's... So the woman he got convicted on when she worked at Temple University. Mm-hmm. So he paid her the first court case, civil court, he paid her. The second court case, she came back and it was thrown out because she lied.
Oh, okay.
The third case, they had a third case, it got thrown out because she lied. The fourth case, she told the same lies and he got convicted. So she came to his house one night. Her mother said to the woman she ate with, tell them y'all didn't go out to eat. Because the thing was that she took the Benadryl on an empty stomach. That's what made her drowsy and made her woozy. Now keep in mind, they had sex 5 times. They had sex 5 times, y'all.
No,
she wanted him to
that drowsy.
She wanted him to be her Valentine's. She wanted him to meet her parents. This is the same woman that they said that he sexually assaulted. She wanted him to meet her parents. This is what I'm trying to tell y'all. The media, this is why what they're doing here is wrong, because it's out of context.
Agree.
Men getting prostitutes is not right, but it's just like crossing the street. It's so common, it's so normal, it ain't even a big deal. What is wrong is what RPG is saying, is that y'all are trying to slap this sex trafficking label on all this stuff because y'all can't really go after real sex trafficking. Y'all can't really find it. Think about it. The only minors involved in this case weren't sex trafficked.
Nope.
A 10-year-old and a 7-year-old. They wasn't sex trafficked.
Nope. Their dads took them to do something dumb. And I could tell you that happens a lot. That happens a lot. And you guys, y'all can be mad at me all y'all want. I am not saying or saying that this behavior is acceptable. But what's not acceptable is for us to be paying our tax-paying dollars to have them drag men through the mud, ruin their lives, when there's a whole other part to the story and you ain't doing it to them. You're calling them victims. This chick is calling them victims.
And when I share about being exploited as a young adult, I often have had people ask, well, why didn't you just leave? But the reality is I didn't always recognize that what I was experiencing was called human trafficking.
Time out. If you don't know you're being human trafficked, then maybe you're not being human. Because
she wasn't.
Because you think about that. You're saying that you didn't know you were being human trafficked. I can't believe that. Think about it. I didn't know I was being enslaved, but the chains didn't give it away. The whip thing, what? That's my point. You wasn't human trafficked, man. You was in a bad relationship. That's all.
You were a prostitute.
Possibly that too.
Selling box. That's what you were doing. I'm sorry. Let me help you. The person who works for the NGOs needs you to identify it as human trafficking, because selling box is not an NGO. You can't be a government. You can't be a non-governmental organization for selling box. Period. She was a prostitute.
That's all. I don't think she was a prostitute. I don't honestly think how she's framing this story is accurate.
Of course not.
I don't believe her boyfriend or whoever had her out on a stroll. I believe she's in a relationship and they was probably swinging, and it's just that's what it is. Like I ain't buying it, because you can't tell me that you quote unquote grew up in the sex trafficking world or around it or whatever, and then you went into it as an adult You avoided it all through childhood, all through your teen years, adolescence, and as an adult, you got sex traffic. I can't buy it.
And that's what she's saying. And she keeps saying, you guys, y'all not hearing. Young adult.
Many of the behaviors were normalized or disguised in ways that made it hard for me to name. Our media can sometimes do a harmful job of portraying what trafficking looks like or only showing the most extreme cases. It's not always physical force or captivity or bondage. It's not always obvious. At its core, human trafficking is exploitation. It's manipulation, it's coercion, it's survival, or it's relationships that blur the lines of consent. Because of that, many of the survivors or the victims that we work with have often been faced with shame and get questioned, why haven't you left and why do you choose to stay with your exploiter? Because this reality is far more complex than that. Every human at the core of it has basic needs that must be met. Safety, shelter, and stability.
Like the men you are arresting.
She just said that sex trafficking isn't always about force.
Then everything is.
Thank you. If you're not being forced to do it, then it's called consent. What are we talking about? If you're not being forced to do something, then it's consensual.
The lines are blurred. Yeah, for the NGO check. You do blur the lines. This is ridiculous.
Do you know how much leverage women have with this?
It's not right. I have sons. This is not right. I'm telling you, I tell my son all the time, you need to put these chicks on NDAs. Seriously. NDA. Son, hey, right here. This is so messed up, Blanche. It's so messed up because, like I said, there is a piece of the puzzle that you guys are calling the victims, and we don't do that with anything else. In the drug game, you never blame the user. You don't blame the user in the drug game. You blame the dealer. But here, because the dealer is women, you're only blaming the user. That's not right.
True.
It's not right. And honestly, Blanche, I don't want my taxpayer dollars to be spent like this. And when these needs are unmet or uncertain, when someone feels controlled, dependent, or unsure how they are going to survive, they don't often feel like they can then leave their situations. This week, we didn't get to just hear it. We walked alongside it.
This, you know what bothers me too? A lot of these like women that say that they were verbally abused. Like, oh, I left because I was verbally, but he said mean things to me and I couldn't leave. That's, I even struggle with that, Blanche. I'm not saying that verbal abuse is not bad. I'm just saying it ain't punching you in the face. It's not. There's a difference. And the way they act like verbal abuse is the same as abuse. Oh, well, abuse is the same. It's really not. Just like sex trafficking and prostitution, there are no blurred lines. Right. Either you were taken out of your home, drug across the country or wherever, and forced to have sex without pay. That is trafficking. If you are exchanging a good for a service, or good or a service for money, that is prostitution. Period. There's no blurred lines.
And I even got to question verbal abuse because every time I hear women say that, I'm like, well, what'd you say? Exactly. Like they never tell you what they said. So let me hear his side of the story because he might say you were verbally abusive.
Yep.
To me, this is giving too much power to women because if you're in a bad relationship, let's just say it's a couple and they are swingers. And the woman wakes up one day and she feels like she's being exploited. She feels like she's being taken advantage of. She feels like her husband always wants her to have sex with these guys. And she can just come and say, I'm being trafficked.
Of course.
And then they're going to interview the husband and say, are y'all swingers? He'll be like, yeah, we're swingers. We do this, that. Okay, you're arrested. Turn around. Because him just saying they do it is already makes him guilty. You know, I went to school with a guy. He was older, but he went to prison for 4.5 years. Basically, his wife was having an affair and he had found out. So she got scared and went to the police and said that he sexually assaulted her, raped her, whatever. And when they questioned him, they said, "Did you and your wife have sex?" He said, "Yes." They said, "But did you ask for consent?" He said, "Huh? Did you ask your wife if you could have sex?" He said, "No, of course not." "Okay, you're under arrest." So then the wife drops the charges, but the state picks it up.
Yep.
So this guy, law-abiding citizen, goes to prison for 4 years. And because it was one of the harsher crimes, he goes to maximum. So he's in there with the murderers. He's in there with the worst of the worst. And so that's where he went to prison. But it's all because his wife lied. But I found out, and he said, technically, when you're having sex with somebody, you have to get consent. Meaning, if I sleep with a woman, I have to ask her legally, "Do you want to have sex?" She has to say yes. Then we can have sex. If there's no verbal exchange and we just do it, she can come back and say, "I did it against my will. I wasn't comfortable. He intimidated me." She can say anything, and the guy is screwed.
First of all, that's foolish because we don't even like that as women. Like if you start, "Hey, can you please? Can I please?"
Mood is ruined. Huh?
Ugh, no, never mind. We're done. I mean, that's how we are. So it almost seems like it's a no-win situation for men. And y'all, I'm telling you, when you have sons, this bothers me. This bothers me. I don't want to live in a world where we're demonizing men for a very natural, biological desire. I know it's shameful to pay for it. Telling you, I can imagine how,
and illegal.
Well, yeah, in certain parts, but more so shameful. And I just don't like the way they're putting this on blast, like it's something funny, and the women who are selling it are getting nothing. Like that's not right. And y'all, do we want to live in a world like this? Somebody said, Adiane King said, another issue is how these men now have to register as sex offenders. Like that's so wrong.
That's wrong. That is wrong. That's wrong.
Yeah, it says we're instructed to not withhold our bodies from our spouse besides for fasting in an agreement. Exactly. If my husband asks me, I'd be like, boy, no, no, ill, ill. Just the mere asking. Like, I want you to take it.
But guess what, though? Guess what? It's dangerous because the woman says, hold on, there's a comedian, and he's like an Indian comedian. He's kind of popular, but his career got messed up because he met a girl after a show and goes back to his place or met her at a club or something, and she gave him oral sex. And then after he was done, he's like, "Okay, you can go home now." He called her Uber, sent her on her way. In the Uber, she calls him up, and she says, "I felt uncomfortable." He was like, "About what?" She said, "Well, the way I just felt uncomfortable because I was doing this and the way you were." He was like, well, I thought it, was consensual." He's clueless. The next day, she goes and says what? That he forced her to perform oral sex on him. And so that hits the media. Whether he's guilty or not, it doesn't matter because that's in the media. So now his whole career, venues getting booked, all of this stuff. And it's sad because she lied. She lied because she was upset because he sent her on her way. Now she thought she was going to spend the night. Yeah, all that. You got to go home.
Gotta go home.
So she was pissed. So she devised a whole plot and plan. And guess what? He's at her mercy because they're going to ask him, "Well, what'd y'all do?" He going to tell them. And I'll tell y'all fellas right now, once you admit to doing it, you're already guilty. I'm sorry. Once you say we did it, once you say you're going to be guilty.
It's so sad that this is the world that we're living in, and women fantasize. I mean, like think about like 50 Shades of Grey about a man like just kind of taking it, and, like I mean that's what we like. And then now you're talking about you gotta ask. Like guys who ask ain't getting none. I'm telling you. I'm gonna tell you. I have plenty of girlfriends She will be on the phone with me the next day and be like, girl, he gonna say, can you?
Please.
And as soon as you say that, she gonna be out of here, okay? Out of here. She be like, no,
At least I'm out of jail.
Right?
Hold on. What do you think the number one women fantasy is? What do you think number one is?
I to be tied up and raped.
A man taking it.
Yep.
Think about that. Think about all of this talk about all this stuff, and the woman's number one fantasy is for a man to just come in and take it. It's a cold game, boy. It's a cold game.
Cold game from it.
Boy,
But
it's a cold
I say
game.
anything that's happening in this world is because men allowed it to happen. Blanche, I always say that.
It's true.
Men are allowing this stuff to happen because instead of people getting behind people like my boy Craig Long and say, or getting behind the Andrew Tate and saying, no, we not accepting this. Because when men say no, let me tell you, this world will get right when men start saying no. When men stop being desperate and weak for box, okay? This world will change. Look at all these men standing behind her as she says she had no other choice but to sell box.
Mm-mm.
Look at the men standing behind her.
Mm-mm.
Now,
not a single guy believes that.
Shout out to law enforcement. If it's illegal, I get it. Don't get me wrong. Charge and move on. But this whole humiliation ritual, this whole NGO movement, and to me, this whole sex trafficking thing is a lot like homelessness in California. The more you fund it, the more you're going to find, because the NGOs have to put together all these sting operations, find people, entice people. They're not telling you how these men are probably being enticed, sent ticklers, sent DMs, send punani pics.
Man, listen, these women are flirting with these men.
Yes.
I'll be driving sometimes and just glance out my window and see them ragging them on the side of the road trying to look at my eyes. I'm like, stop. I'm like, stop.
They be in your DMs, I know. Telling you, I like your content. They don't be like,
they used to. They used to no more. They used to. What they do, I don't see it. They used
to. Don't respond. They don't say, "Oh, I love your content, Blanche."
No, they ask me They ask me a dumb question, and I'd be like,
"Okay, same thing. Same thing. Any kind of contact that a woman is trying to get from a man is to get his attention. Attention is the most valuable thing that a man has. I teach my son this, y'all. Like, because I hate that these men were stupid. Like, you should know, like the whole To Catch a Predator. Me and Blanche was talking about it earlier. The minute that they tell you their age and it's 15, you should know it's a sting operation. Let me help you out.
I'm 13. I'm 12.
It's a sting. The reason why is no little kid that's trying to get with you is going to tell you their real age.
Ever. That's why they use fake IDs. They never tell their real age. Ever.
On the Epstein show, you saw they were like, if anybody asks you, tell them you're 18. If anybody asks you.
How old are you? Oh, I'm 12. Dummy.
You should like see the light.
Funny you say that. I used to watch that show. I used to watch that show religiously. But you know what's funny? All the guys would always say, man, I knew it was a setup. Of course, dummy. Of course it's a setup. What are the chances of you typing somebody, oh, come to my house, my parents are going this weekend, let's have, stop. Come on.
No, it don't happen.
It don't happen.
And so y'all better get smart. These men better get smart. Teach your sons, y'all. But to me, the real exploitation, so just kind of to bring it back to the title, Blanche, after watching this, y'all, hopefully I rest my case. The real exploitation is what they're doing to these men and these households and these families.
Listen, I agree. And I agree because the fact that you are picking and choosing how y'all do it means it's wrong.
Yeah.
Because y'all could bust everybody. You said everybody lined up. She was selling, he was buying. She was selling, he was buying. Go down the road.
Yep.
But you won't do that because you'll kill the industry. Mm-hmm. This is why prostitutes, when they get locked up, they get right out of they go and see the judge, they get a ticket, a citation, and get right out. They don't even spend no time, don't get no consequence. You are not going to see a woman that's locked up in prison for prostitution.
Yeah. He said, are you teaching your son how to not get caught if he grows up to be a pedophile? Vita, man, you missed the whole show. We're not talking about pedophilia. We talking about it's the hustle. It's the game.
I know he black.
They got caught in the game. These chicks was selling and the men were buying. Now I hope my son, y'all,
ain't no trick. Hope my son ain't tricking.
I hope he don't fall for it. But look, hey, tale as old as time, as I talked to you guys about. I wouldn't even be shocked, okay? I wouldn't be shocked because let me tell you something. Y'all gonna find yourself on this if y'all don't start righting this wrong. You cannot, like you said, if they wanted to do it fair, Blanche, I love that you said it. Line them up. He was selling, he was buying, he was selling. Blanche said he was selling, he was selling, she was buying. He was selling, that's how you got to do it.
Yeah. But the real sex trafficking, you notice they never catch them.
Nope. And they ain't gonna.
You notice all them folks was getting sex trafficked from Mexico, and they only caught them because they had the border waiting for them.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let me ask you a question. Where are all the sex traffickers? Where they at? You got all these kids that have been sexual. Where the sex traffickers at? You can't find them. All you guys are children, and again, it's a low-hanging fruit. It's a low-hanging fruit to take something that's just prostitution and trick or prostitution and John. You take that, and you say, okay, we're gonna add sex trafficking onto this and human trafficking. No, it's wrong because y'all can't go after the real sex traffickers because you know if you do, somebody gonna come up dead.
Yeah.
Somebody gonna come up missing. It's too much money. It's just too much money. It's too many powerful people. There's too much money. But
that's why they don't know the Epstein files. But what y'all gonna do about it? What y'all gonna do about it once you know? What if I told you that Hillary and Bill was on there? What y'all gonna do? Nothing. You just want to know.
Make a video.
Drama.
Just make a video. I knew it, and then go clock in at work. Back to business as usual. Nothing gonna happen.
Nothing. Those little girls were on camera saying, and I quote, "Would you like to make $200 by giving some old men some massages?"
And it is a lesson for men. I'm telling you this right now. You don't have the luxury, I'm sorry, because you all were weak for decades. Now you don't have the luxury to make any mistakes. I'm sorry. You have created an environment where all the rules apply to you and just you. So, dear men, if you want to tip out on your wife, if you want to do all that stuff, you better be very careful because there's no odds in your favor. Zero. These women are reckless out here. They don't care about breaking up a happy home. You know, back in the day, men have a whole other family on the other side of town. Would nobody say nothing. Now, it ain't like that no more. Craig said, I want to get something quick. I want something quick and easy. It ain't got to be deep. Just give me something quick for 100. What can I get?
He wasn't even He wasn't
even specific. It could have been a kiss. It could have been a literal massage. He could have had a tight back. It could have been anything. It could have been a date.
Yeah, I agree.
It could have been it don't have to be sex. It could have been anything.
I agree. You need to be his attorney, Blanche.
Listen, I used to work at the Brave Stadium, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you would always see these older white guys come in with these young, beautiful black women. But you could tell the black women were different because they had too much life. They were too vibrant. They were smiling. They were too happy. But if you watch closely enough, they was escorts.
Of course.
But these men, though, it wasn't even really about the sex. It was about being in the company of a woman that is giving you attention. It's like, listen, let's enjoy sex, go to a game. I mean, the dudes be like in their 70s and 80s. They ain't gonna last but 2 minutes. It ain't even about the sex.
Yeah.
It's just about being in the presence of a beautiful woman, because it does something to you when you're around a beautiful woman, you're having a good time. Yeah, it does something. So I get it. But even those guys going to the Braves game, they're with an escort, though, but nobody cares. Everybody knows it's happening, but nobody cares. So my thing is, and I'm with RPG, what's good for the goose is good for the gander.
Yeah.
So if y'all are going to protect these women really from public scrutiny and shame, then do the same for the men. Y'all could have busted these men and they just been busted. And that's just, it didn't even matter. But you wanted some clout. Y'all was clout chasing.
Yeah. Yeah. The humiliation ritual. I'm never gonna be okay with that, y'all. It's not right. It's not right.
It is humiliation rituals.
Yeah, it's something so personal. You know what I'm saying? Like we all have our demons and things to struggle with, and so and ruin his reputation and ruin his kids have to see this, all because he really committed a lower level misdemeanor. I mean, let's keep it funky. $100 for something quick, like you said. What was something quick? He could have been talking about food. He could have said, "What you
we don't know."
Whip up something quick. We got you, Craig. We got you.
Just think about Hollywood, and the lawyer's gonna ask, "Did my client say that you had to sleep with him to get a part? Did he come out of his mouth and say you had to sleep with him, or you wouldn't tell me what was actually said?" No, but I just felt intimidated. He gave me a look. I felt like I had they never come out and just say the man said it. Because you can't, because he wouldn't say it. Yep. He's not stupid. He's not gonna say he's not gonna say that. So they got to make up all kind of scenarios. He had the power. She was struggling. They make up all these scenarios. At the end of the day, she was trying to come up. Could you all imagine what Hollywood would be without the casting couch? Could you all imagine some of the greatest films? Some of the greatest films ever created wouldn't even exist without the casting couch. Some of the greatest actors and actresses wouldn't even exist without the casting couch. Y'all condemn Harvey Weinstein and the casting couch, but without it, what would Hollywood be? Hollywood needs the casting couch. You know why? Because most people don't want to wait 20 years to get a role in a movie. Nope. Most people don't want to work as a waitress or waiter for 20 years to get a role in a movie to get one shot. Most people, if you ask them, would you rather grind for 20 years or get on your back for 10 minutes? What would you do? Most men and women are going to say, I'll get on my back or I'll get on all fours. So you all acting like the casting couch is something bad. You're being disingenuous because Hollywood wouldn't exist. I can go to the music industry. What would the music industry be without the casting, studio? What would it be? Think about the music industry. Think about all of the people that's in it, all of the legends we've had, and think about what would it be if all them folks have morals and standards. We wouldn't have a music industry. So you all want to be entertained. So y'all should be thanking these people, thanking them for having a casting couch and a casting studio, because without it, we would have a very boring existence when it comes to music and when it comes to films.
What did you say Harvey Weinstein said about the casting couch?
Harvey Weinstein's lawyer said, my client did not create the casting couch. And he's 1,000% correct. Guess what? Harvey Weinstein's locked up and the casting couch is still sticky.
And it's still going. Tale as old as time. It's the oldest profession. I'm sorry. I was telling Blanche, like the little drummer, I have no gifts to bring. I want what you have. You have anything else you want. So I have to trade for that you want. I need your $200. I need it. Can't work for you at your house. I don't do any plumbing. I don't do any. I don't. I do cooking, but you're not going. You gonna buy my food for $200? I need $200. What value can I add to you for $200?
Listen, I'm gonna say this too. Women that work in the sex industry, whether they be strippers, whether they be prostitutes, or both, the one thing they are able to do is to make men feel good. They are able to communicate with men. You've never heard a prostitute say, "Ain't no good man out there." As much as Cardi B, Meg Thee Stallion, Sexy Red, Sukiyana Lotto talk about doing all this stuff, you never hear them say, "Ain't no good man." You know why? Because prostitutes and strippers understand what men need and they meet that need. Now, these women out here that ain't prostitutes, that ain't strippers, they the ones yelling, "Ain't no good men out here." But you never see the women that are the hoes and the strippers complain about men ever. You know why? Because they know how to talk to men. They know what men, and I'm talking about non-sexual stuff.
Yep.
It ain't got to even be sexual. They can sit down with a guy and talk to him. You have some of the best conversations in your life with a woman of the evening. I'm telling you, they understand life on a whole different level because they're on the ground floor. They see it all. And so to a man, being able to talk to a woman, have a good conversation, and she looks good, and you make it something afterwards, is priceless. So I understand the need for the business. I do, the industry. But the men shouldn't be exploited for it, though. That's all we say.
Yeah, I don't think so. And I feel bad that we're there, that there is a need for the business, because you should be able to talk to your own husband and your own man. Unfortunately, we are not there yet. However, we don't do this with any other thing where we blame the user. Even with Cardi B, when she came out and said she be robbing dudes, there's actually a statistic that came out and said that a lot of these men who buy prostitutes have gotten robbed, have gotten HIV, have gotten, have gotten hurt. And they're not talking about the issues that the men are facing for having this addiction. They're just talking about the men, which I just think is just unfair.
Listen, most pimps are going to tell the prostitute to steal what she can steal. So that's part of the game. Like you would have probably, like you got to hide your wife, hide your kids. You got to hide your wallet, hide your jewelry, because they gonna steal now. The prostitute, they listen, they gonna steal. They told us, listen, they gonna steal. So yes, but guess what? Mm-hmm. But guess what though?
That's the game.
It's all part of the game though. So as a man, if you paying for box, it's what comes with it.
Yeah, yeah. Somebody said the prostitute is very cunning and charming. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's sad. It says
now before to get paid, she got to be.
Yeah, yeah. So anywho, that's to you guys. I know y'all probably were a little bit uncomfortable at first with that take, but hopefully you guys understood it. That you like, I mean, it's just.
Hold on one second. I used to drive for Uber. Somebody mentioned this in the comment.
Yeah, I saw it. Hold on, let me put it.
Nicodemus said, used to drive corporate men to brothels after the club closed, a long line of them waiting for the same hooker. Listen to me. I remember driving for Uber, and I remember there's an area in town this years ago, called Dunwoody. And that Dunwoody area it's a lot of tech, Indians in tech. Every time at night, I would have to go over to Dunwoody. I was driving Uber. It was always some Indian guys, and they always wanted to go to Fulton Industrial. Fulton Industrial is the sex, like it's strip clubs, it's prostitutes, it's sex clubs, it's everything over there. Those Indian guys would go to Fulton Industrial and be like, drop me off right here. I'm like, at the gas station? Yes. They would always go over there because it was think about it, it was a smorgasbord.
Yeah.
You got prostitutes, you got the motels, you got the sex clubs, you got everything there. And boy, listen, they would get out that car cheesing and happy. But have a good night.
Because every other country gets it. Countries get it. Like, we the only one that's like stuck up about it, you know?
Hold on. Jarrell said that's not true, RPG. They blame the user when it comes to slavery.
Yes! Yes! That was awesome. Hold on. Did he say that on your Instagram?
Yeah, Instagram.
You are so right. Somebody said, why do you talk this loud? I don't know, y'all. Come on. So why does brown girl talk so loud? Y'all know how we are. I'm trying to unblack. Okay?
Listen, the show is called Unblack. It's a process.
It's a process. Y'all be struggling, y'all. I'm loud, obnoxious. Y'all don't like my laugh. Y'all don't call me Kamala. If she black, it's Camilla.
We call her my girl.
All right. Well, you guys, thank you so much for watching. If you have not already, please go and like our Unblacked on YouTube. You guys go like Unblacked on Instagram.
Subscribe to Unblack on YouTube and follow on IG.
Thank you. Thanks for correcting me. Yes, and follow He Is Blanchard. And follow Red Pill Brown Girl on YouTube as well. You guys follow us on all social media apps. You guys, thank you so much. We're so grateful that you watch. Seriously, we know we don't always have like the most politically correct, most conservative perspective, Blanche. But I think it was fun. This was a good show.
And can I say one more thing?
Sure.
Have you noticed that when the stripper and the prostitute turns their life around, they always get married?
Of course. You want to marry a girl with a past. Ask my husband.
Yeah. Man, we gotta go, man. she joking, y'all. Hey, y'all, she joking, man.
My husband is a happy man.
She joking.
He's a happy man.
She's joking, y'all, man. Oh, the girl crazy, man. Oh, my God.
He's a happy man.
Oh, that's funny.
Look, I left Blanche speechless.
Man.
Oh, God. He says, y'all have a real no-nonsense approach. We tried, Daryl. We really,
What's up, Daryl? What's up?
Yeah, so it's called Unblack. Yes, it's a process. We're trying to unblack. Going beyond skin color, you guys. We did a show about it. And it's not, unblack does not mean we think that we're white. It does mean that it's beyond skin color. We choose to associate with being American as opposed to being associated with a color. To be black is to be controlled. That's what Blanche always say. So anyway, so grateful that you watched. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for hanging in there with us. 2 hours and 29 minutes. So grateful. Blanche, you got any final words?
Thank y'all for tuning in tonight, and hopefully y'all were offended. Thank you.
If you were offended, feel free to reach out to us. Email is unblacktoday@gmail.com. Let us know what you think. Like, share, subscribe, and until next time, peace.